Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here at the club. Today, my mission is to give you a software update, explain to you how you could change and reshape your brain. It's going to take some science and some thinking broad. Now that we know what we're going to cover today, let's begin with your software update. So first, you want to become somebody new. You want to be somebody that steps up to the challenge, somebody that wakes up early, somebody that eats clean, somebody that works on his business. But you're stuck. You're like, how can I change? How can I become a better person? I'm going to explain to you how neuroplasticity works and how you could tap into this science proven fact, but also tap into the universe. I'm going to explain to you how the universe and the brain work exactly the same because every brain is a unique universe. There's nobody like you. So I believe that we are just a metaphor of something bigger. For example, a cell is life from that scale of life. And I feel like we are life from our scale of life, the 3D life. But there's more. There's the 5D, which is like the universe. And I believe that just like the universe, our brain works exactly the same. So let me convince you and let me prove to you that this is all true. Neuroplasticity is the ability to grow your brain by trying out new experiences or new sports. For example, I played soccer most of my life. Boxing is a completely different sport for me. So now, when I train for boxing, my brain is growing because it's activating a new part of my brain that hasn't been touched maybe since I was a little kid. Because when you are a little kid, everything is new. You don't fall onto routines and patterns. So, what patterns and routines do, this is why older people are more stubborn on doing stuff their way, is because that neural connection has been wired so much that it becomes the default mode. Think about it like this. This is how it made sense for me. When we do habits over and over, patterns over and over, actions over and over, take the same road to the gym, take the same road to work, take the same road to school. We do this over and over and over and over, so it becomes the automatic habit. There is no room to experience something new because it's so default. That's how the brain works. For example, every time I wake up, I need to brush my teeth. It's just been that habit over and over and over. So we do that too. We develop habits and repetition to save time because we are creatures of efficiency. Time is money. So our existence is based on time. We try to be the most efficient with our time because everything is about time for us. So when we have these neural connections that are high wired and that they're very strong through repetition, it's very hard to create new thoughts because we are so used to going to the default mode, which creates the same pattern, which creates the same thoughts, which creates the same reality. So just simply by taking a different road to work, to school, or to the gym, you're creating a new reality, and it's activating a part of your brain that was asleep because you were using the default mode so much. So it creates a new thought, a new experience, a new reality. Think about it like this. The neural connections that are the default mode are like a highway. You take them, you go up, you take them, you go down, you go through the highway, and it's thick and it's very hard and it's super solid up and down. It's a big, thick highway, and that's your automatic habits. This highway, you just default go to this highway and it becomes your natural life. So every time you do something that doesn't add up to be the highway, something different in your life, it's like taking a different road, a back road. Back roads connect to different roads. It creates new patterns. It creates a new thought. It creates a new reality. This is scientifically proven, and it's called neuroplasticity. This is why I went to that example. I grew up playing soccer majority of my life, so practicing kickboxing or boxing activates, it takes on that road of new thoughts, of a new experience, of a new reality, and it makes my brain grow. So that's how the brain works, and that's how neural connections work, and that's how neuroplasticity works. So habits, patterns, repetition creates the identity that we are. There is no room for new experience if we keep falling on the default mode. We have to take the back roads and we have to try new experience. So the neuroplasticity of the brain continues to grow. New experience equal new opportunities, new realities. When you do something different, your brain is literally growing. It's different from your automatic system. That's how the brain works. Now the universe falls exactly the same. I don't know if you ever heard of people saying you can manifest anything you want. You could tap into this unified field and become anybody you want, which is true. And the quantum field, the 5D, is based on multiple realities. You become everybody, you become nobody, you become everyone, you become no one. So in the universe, we're like the neurons. So every time, the universe is right here. Every time you wake up and you go back to your repetition, to your patterns, to your predictable future, to the things you do over and over. We're talking about the universe. You're tapping in to that familiar future. This is who you think you are. And it's kind of similar to a neuron. A neuron that it's repetitive over and over, it becomes a highway, a neuron connection, a thick neuron connection. So in order to change for the brain, you have to try a new activity that activates a different part of your brain, a different neuron, to create a new neural connection. So similar to the brain, the universe is here. So you're so small in the universe. You're like a neuron, and you're tapping into this familiar neuron, this highway that's built on the universe, who you think it's you. So in order to change in the macro level, remember this, the universe is composed of multiple realities. In order to change, you have to pull your attention away from matter, because every time you're in the universe and you go back and you see somebody that makes you feel how they make you feel, you're investing your energy back into matter. So remember, in the brain, the highway is based on repetition. The thicker the habit, the thicker the highway, the more repetitive. So in the universe, if you want to change, you can't think like yourself. You have to tap into a different mindset. You can't let the situations go inside the physical world dictate your emotions, because every time, pretend like there's a person right here and they make me feel some type of way. Every time I invest energy back into the physical form, it reminds me of who I am. This is why I suggest, if you want to change, you got to delete everything, because you got to take your attention away from the physical matter. Tap into this universe, which works like the brain. Remember, a neuron that's being repetitive over and over and over and over creates the highway habit. A new thought, a new pattern, a new event, a new experience creates a new neuro connection. Similar to the brain, the universe does the same thing. Every time you wake up and you think, oh, I'm Edwin, I'm a YouTuber, I play soccer, I go to college, I'm starting my own business, you go back to that identity. So in order to change, you have to pull away. You got to bring your energy back to the unified field, which is like the neuron. You're not doing the same habit. You're pulling away and you're trying a different road, taking the back way to work that you never done before, or just eating a different type of food which you never done before, trying a different sport. Just like how you're taking the power away from your routine and trying something new so new neurons can spark. That's what you want to do in the unified field. You want to pull away. You're no longer somebody, you're everybody. You pull away, you bring your energy, you see the multiple reality, you tap into that person you want to be. If you want to be disciplined, if you want to be fit, if you want to be rich, you pull that energy and the multiple reality, you feel it, because emotions, the heart, you got to feel it is the vortex, and it brings the energy to create the reality. So you feel it with the heart, you become it. So just like the brain, when you spark a new neural connection, when you spark a new event, just how you are pulling away from that person that you were conditioned to be, and you're tapping into this new identity, this new multi reality, this new reality, you become that person. So it's like every day you're this neuron that wakes up and you're surrounded by your physical presence, you're surrounded by your neighbor, you're surrounded by your classmates, they make you feel this way, so you're reminded that you're this person. So what you got to do is disconnect, meditate, disconnect, become nobody until you become everybody. Then you tap into that person you want to be. So you're right here, you're this neuron, you take away the energy, and then you tap into a different neuron that you want to be, because the universe is made out of multiple realities, so you could become anybody you want. You just have to feel it with your brain, feel it with your heart, sorry, because the brain and the universe are exactly the same. You probably heard a lot of people say you are so unique that you have an entire universe inside of you. You are the universe. You probably heard that so many times because it is true. Just like how the brain creates neural connections, new thoughts, new reality, the universe does the same thing. Once you stop thinking that you're this way, you become everybody at the same time. Then you can tap into that form you want to be. You could tap into that millionaire. You could tap into that YouTuber. You could tap into that hustler, that powerful dude or girl, whoever's watching this, that you can become anybody you truly want to be. And it's up to you. It's up to you to change. You can change right now and tap into a different version. I explained to you how. Pull away your energy. Disconnect from somebody to nobody to everybody. That's how you do it. From time to no time to every time. This is how you do it. Just like a neuron sparks up when a new experience happens, you can create a new reality when you feel a new reality inside of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I upload educational videos like this to help you grow. Because the more you grow, the more I grow. The more I grow, the more you grow. So like and subscribe. Remember, guys, always do the hard work and never forget to win. Peace.